So in this video we're going to talk about why would we want to use these new definitions for the sine, the cosine, and the tangent. Well, everything is fine with SOHCAHTOA as long as you're inside of a right triangle, but take a look at this example. Say I have an x-axis and I have some y-axis. This time let's choose a point that's not in the first quadrant. Say we choose this point over here. In fact, let's give some numbers to this one. Maybe that's -3 and 4, say. So here we have -3, 4. We're saying that that's the point right there. It's kind of like we're going over 1, 2, 3 in the negative direction and then up 1, 2, 3, 4 here. So this is -3 and that's 4. Well, this point, if we draw a line from this point back to the origin, just like this, then we have created some angle with the x-axis. This is the angle that we've created. This angle is bigger than 90 degrees, so this angle could never be inside of a right triangle. That's why these definitions are going to be more useful than SOHCAHTOA, since SOHCAHTOA only works if you're inside of a right triangle. Let's try to use these definitions. So what will we need to find the sine of theta in this case? Well, we'll have to know the y, and we have the y right there, but we also have to have the r. We're going to have to try to find the r right now. The r is the distance from this point to the origin. What are the coordinates for the origin? The coordinates for the origin are 0, 0. Let's use the distance formula to find the distance from this point to this point, something that you should have learned in geometry. Okay, so the distance between those 2 points is r is equal to the square root of these x values subtracted from each other, so that's -3 minus 0 squared. And now I'm going to add these y coordinates subtracted from each other, so that's 4 minus 0 squared. This is the distance formula. So we have r is equal to the square root of, this is just -3 squared plus 4 squared, right? -3 minus 0 is -3, 4 minus 0 is 4. So r is the square root of 9 plus 16, so r is the square root of 25, and r is 5. So r is 5 in this case. Let's use these definitions to find the sine, the cosine, and the tangent of this angle. Well, let's see. The sine of theta is y over r. What is the y value here? It's a 4. So we write down 4 over the r value. We just found it's 5. So the sine of theta is 4/5. Let's find the cosine of theta. The cosine of theta is x over r. What is the value of x here? The value of x here in this case is a -3. So the cosine of theta is -3 over r, which we said was 5. Finally, the tangent of theta. The tangent of theta is the y over the x. Well, the y is a 4 and the x is a -3, so the tangent of theta is 4 over -3. Notice a couple of things. First of all, the sine of theta is 4 over 5. That's a positive number. And here we are in the second quadrant where the signs are all positive. The cosine of theta is -3 over 5. That's a negative number. And here in the second quadrant, we would expect the cosines to be negative. The tangent of theta is 4 over -3, and the tangent is also negative here in the second quadrant.